This video is made possible by 343.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Nathan343 here, and I have reviewed both of these products separately, but we're going to kind of review them together, and I want to show you something really cool you can do with any e-products from Strobes & More. So, what we have here is we have the Strobes & More E92. Now there's an E94 and there's an E92, and I'll explain to those what those are. This is the E92 hideaways. Now the 2 means you get 2 of them. I should have bought the E94, which I already got 4. But we may only be doing hideaways in my reverse lights. I have had these installed already on my truck, but I wanted to get them synced up with my other E series. We have the E6. This is the new technology. It's a bigger light, but this thing is bright, very bright. Probably one of the brightest surface mounts on the market today. It has both flood and spot optics built into one deal, one unit. It is SAE certified, all that good stuff. I believe they're 3 watts a piece. So you get the 2 spots in the middle, and then you get flood on the outside. So you get the best of both worlds. You don't have to pick spot or flood, which would be TIR or linear. So these would be your linear optics, and these will be your TIR. And then we have the, again, these are amber, these are white. So I'm gonna show you some close-ups of them here real quick. I'm going to go through, I've got everything wired. I've got the sync wires all hooked up. I am kind of rewiring this to work with these hideaways so that they'll all flash and synchronized. It's going to look freaking sweet. We're going to get all this wired up, get you in close, and show you what's going on. We are using 18 gauge wire. And then I believe the wire for the hideaways is 18 gauge. So let me get you in a little closer. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you 6 real quick. And what I have done is I've cut in a few little pieces of wire to make just some extension deals here, so that we have a longer hot and we have a longer ground. And I'll show you the flash pattern I have picked out. Now you can do this. Some patterns will work, some will not. So we're going to go negative and positive real quick. Maybe, there we go. See the light head, that is right at the camera. There's about 45 degrees off axis, 45 the other way. Now these lights, the way they're made, they're not made to mount vertically. The optics are made so that the light has a very wide spread, so these are only made to mount horizontally. They do. I'll go ahead, as you can see. Very, very nice pattern. Very bright. As you can see, that very, very bright. Now, I'm going to hook up our, come to the pigtail. You get a red, yellow, black, white, and blue. Blue's your flash pattern. Yellow's your sync. White is your, I believe, and we'll check that out, is a solid white override. So you could technically make these as reverse lights if you wanted to, which I think these are brighter than reverse lights. Go ahead. I will obviously do better wiring when I install these. These are just for purposes of showing you. As you can see, have them in an alternating pattern, and they're firing away beautifully. These suckers are very bright. I'll go ahead and turn them off so I don't get blinded. They are a 12 LED diode. Now if you get dual color, which they do have, you only get 6 of one color and 6 of the other. So you're losing 50% brightness if you get a dual color. To me, hideaway should be white. I mean, if they're gonna make a dual color, they need to use 24 LEDs, make the unit a little bigger. takes a 1-inch hole saw for this, which I have a Milwaukee 1-inch hole saw. Has a very good grommeted, heat sink on the back. These things have never burned out. I've used daylights out of these. So I'm gonna take, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of flipping some lights around here. That's okay. I'm gonna take all my reds, tie them together, just like so. I'm gonna take my blacks. These are the E6s. I'm gonna tie those together. I'm gonna take my greens, which are the synchronized wire, and to make these work, you do have to have that connected. Okay. So I've got all 3 wires right there, if you can see those. So we've got a green, which connects to the yellow on the back of the light. This is a bunch of wire I had. So now I've got both here and here hooked together. I'm going to show you what those look like real quick. Just gonna attach this to the black. Going ahead and preset these up. Attach this wire. Super bright. I really like these. They're very nice lights. I will be getting, they make this in a 3-head unit, which has 1 of these in the center and 2, so it's basically half the size of this. All the E6 series, because I can synchronize them all together and have a, pretty good looking show, I guess you would call it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and then we're gonna add our hideaways. So again, red to red. Very simple here. And then I'm gonna show you a little something here about the flash patterns wires. On the E6, to advance your flash patterns, you have to touch the blue wire negative. No, the E6 is a positive. Yeah, so the blue wire right here, you want to basically tap that to a negative or a positive. This one, for the hideaways, you tap it to a negative. It's very weird. You think they'd make that all the same, but they did not. Okay, so the reds, the blacks. I want to hook the yellow here to this green. We'll get better connectors. We'll get the waterproof ones, which are what these are. Started using those from watching a buddy on YouTube named Mossman. So, actually got some different ones. They look a little different. They got solder in them, which we'll be using. I actually had a wiring issue. One of the connectors was coming loose, is why I took these off. I couldn't, every once in a while, one wouldn't flash, and it was because the power wasn't getting to it. All right. So now we have basically everything hooked up, and that's how it's gonna be under my truck. And then I'll have my power wire coming in here on the other side of the connector, and we will have, which I don't know if I'm gonna use or if I'm gonna make a quick disconnect. I haven't quite decided. They were just butt connected together. I might just get wire nuts and do it that way. So we're gonna go ahead. All right, so now I've got everything flashing here. I'll point everything kind of down. So we have, and I'll back the camera up just a little bit once I get everything mounted. And as you can see, I'll go ahead and turn studio lights back on here and kind of hover over these. I have a in-sync alternate flash pattern. Now you can also cycle through your flash patterns and you can get the 2. So say you're using these, like these 2 will be on my tailgate. These 2 will be in my reverse lights. So they're gonna alternate. That's gonna look really cool. Of course, the hideaways will be a little bit further down on the truck, so that's more or less what it's going to look like on my truck on the back for my snow plowing. So that's going to look pretty cool. I really like it. I'm probably going to do something maybe on the lines of a E4 lighthead, maybe on the front of my truck, or maybe some E3s or something like that. But yeah, I'll get you actually down and close. We'll go ahead and turn studio lights off here. yeah. That's how easy it is to synchronize hideaways with surface mounts from Strobes and more with the E series. Very, very simple. Show you guys again here. Get you guys a little close up. So you can see the head there. And we'll do a, see how close they are. You can kind of see the LEDs. Very, very, very well made hideaways. And here are the E6s up close. They're kind of thick. Kind of wish they had a little side shooter on them, but they're very good. They're very good. These are basically going to be just about the same size as your Phoenix lights. They're very bright, and yeah, very, very simple to install or wire up. So if you're interested on how to wire up that stuff, it's very simple. Just run all your reds together, all your blacks. You know, the easiest way to find your flash patterns if you want, put them all on steady burn, put all your sync wires together. Of course, flash pattern, blue to hot, blue to negative on these. So you basically have to touch, you know, one. If you get them both set, they both pretty much have the exact same flash patterns in them. These do have some half and half flash patterns, which on an amber light doesn't look so good. So I normally use the whole light. So yeah, very cool there, very awesome. Again, if you have any other questions, drop those in the comments and I'll answer them as much as I can. If you want to see how this looks, probably have a little video up later here on the channel, and we're also going to do a little lighting video on the new Horizon channel, so make sure you go check that out. But I wanted to put that out there on how to synchronize the E6 and the E92 hideaways. I believe I called them E92s. Hopefully I didn't call them E62s. Those are the E92s. You can't get them in a 4-pack. So, and they have a centralized flasher with the Strobes and more logo on it. So check them out, link in the description. Okay guys, so I don't think I showed it really good on the actual video part. So I want to take this little clip before I end this out. So the colors you have coming out of the back of the E6s is a white, blue, a yellow, red, and black. Your yellow is your sync cable. I have a green because this extra wire that I bought has 3 wires, red, black, and green. So that's why I probably said green. So as I get all these hooked up, basically I've got my harness here for these 2 harnesses. Let's see, these 2 harnesses right here are for the E6s, and this one is the hideaway, the E92s. All the blacks, all your yellows if you have whatever color wire you use, and then of course all the red wires. And then if you want to hook your white wire up, that is makes these hideaways go to a solid, so you could wire that into your reverse hot wire. So when you put your truck in reverse, those will steady burn. And then once you take your vehicle out of reverse, that will go back to flashing. Now, if you get the dual colored one of these, they do make these in a dual color. I think that would probably have the same wire coming out of the back too, to override those to a white, which probably will get some of those dual colored ones. But yep, just kind of want to show you that. It's real simple. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.